Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut, and I'm welcoming you to another episode of my Shopcast. And this episode is literally going to the birds. We will get into that in just a minute. I have a whole bunch of projects that I'll be showing you, some new issues of Spin-Off and Little Looms to talk about, and what I've been knitting, and just an upcoming event next week. So anyway, let's dig into the birds. So anyway, for those of you that might not know about the chicklets, this is an episode that I'm going to be talking about chicklets. So for those of you that know about the emotional support chicken, I wanted to come up with something that was a little smaller to fill in my display window along with the bigger emotional support chicken. So I came up with these little chicklets, and of course I left the regular chicklets over there, but you could always check out the website and you can see the chicklets that I offer. I offer kits to make them up, and then this is the chicklet that kind of really got everything going last year at exactly this time, and it was the Yankee Doodle Chicklet. And it's just a big, well, not super big, but a stuffed, very simple to knit in the round chick. And anyway, this one here was actually done in Noro Silk Garden. I have a couple kits left in this, but I'm also currently making kits up that you can, the Silk Garden one will make one. Then I have some that are full skeins of red, white, and blue. Comes with the little safety eyes and your little beak color, everything but the stuffing, and it also has the pattern. And anyway, they're so fun and easy to make, and these just took off like crazy last year. But anyway, I am offering them in a not super wash, in a acrylic wool blend, and you get 3 full skeins that you can make a whole bunch of chickens, and the pattern offers them in 3 different sizes. This is the medium size, and you can also get them in a half size. You get 3 balls, red, white, and blue, in half skeins that I wind down for you, so you can get like 2 medium size chickens out of that. Okay, so anyway, yes, so we're offering up the Yankee Doodle chicklet right now for those of you that want to have some decoration out in your patios or on your holiday table. But I also thought we needed something new for the Yankee Doodle this year, and this has been in my mind for like a year. Now, I had seen something like this years and years and years ago, done with these just real cute, fun colored different birds, and done in all different kinds of things, in wood, in crochet. So I had to do it. I just had to do it. So anyway, this is Yankee Doodle as a little miniature. And the way that I did this, so this could be something that could be hung up. I have it kitted up like this. So you get 3 half balls. This is the half ball kit. You get the beads, the bell, and the eyes. And I put enough in to make 3 of these, but I'm sure there's probably enough yarn to probably make more. But I also designed the chicklets so that if you want them just to sit, they will do that. You don't have to put the beads on. It has a little ridge here so that you can just let it sit and be its cute little self. You could also, if you wanted to, make 2 or 3 birds and stack them on top of each other, which I think would be totally adorable. Now this I wanted to make one up to show for today. So yesterday was Knit in Public Day, so that was my project. So I literally got this all done in an afternoon. It does not take long. I also did not do these. My little chicklets I usually do in like a lighter weight yarn. This is done in a worsted weight. So it takes absolutely no time at all. It is done in the round. I suppose if you wanted to do it flat, you could add a couple extra stitches and make a seam up the back and do that if you wanted to. But the pattern is written for it to be done in the round. So anyway, the information for ordering these are going to be up online on my website. So if you do want to order these, they'll be up there, and the information will be in the information down below. So you can order one of these chicks, or you can order the bigger chicklet or the little mini chicklet. I think it's so cute. I really want to make some more, because you could also, I had a thought, but I really just love the red, white, and blue. If you wanted to, you could even do like another chick and do it like in stripes, just red and white stripes, or red, white, and blue stripes. That could be cute too, and forego the little stars here. But you know, you could do whatever you want. But how cute, right? Okay, so now I was saying, okay, we've gone to the birds. One more thing about birds. So last week I was down at my dad's visiting in Virginia, and I had mentioned that those little glass hens in a nest, and I did some research on it, and they were originally made by the Indiana Glass Company. So anyway, I just kind of I'm going to be honest, I just wanted one. And I remember my mom had one. And so anyway, I just put it up there that I was kind of on the hunt for some of these hens in a basket. Well, when I got home, and I did check when I was down in Virginia, I didn't see anything there. But when I came back home, I mentioned it to my sister. My sister's like, I've got two here at the house. Now she lives in the family home. So there's still a lot of like my mom's stuff and, you know, stuff that's there. So anyway, this is what I got. So she said, you know, no problem, you can have them. So I could have sworn my mom had one, and my sister seems to remember this too, but that's okay. I thought she had one that was done like an amber color. But this one, look at this. This is what I'm talking about, hen in a basket. So it's just this glass hen that comes off the bottom. Now, I know I said I wanted one, but you know what? I also needed one, because I'm going to keep this on my desk, which could almost be a dangerous situation. Excuse me. Because my desk tends to get, by the end of the day, it's loaded up with stuff. But I also am always, because of that, I'm always hunting for things. So not only did I want this, but I need this, because look at this. This little basket. These are all the things I'm always looking for. Needle check. Another pair of cheaters. Stitch markers and some pins. Believe it or not, I need a seam ripper every once and again. Sometimes you just need a seam ripper. Well, let's just leave it at that. Tape measure, always looking for a tape measure, always looking for scissors, and all my needles. A nice variety of different sizes of tapestry needles. So they all will reside in this on my desk, and I get to admire my little hen in a basket. Make sure that goes in there too. And also, it's kind of like a reminder of my mom too. Now this one does have a couple little chips in the front and then a big chip in the back, but we're putting that in the back, so we're not going to see that. So isn't that cute? And I love the colors of it. But then also, my sister also came up with this one. Oh, I need to give this a good wash too. I didn't notice that. Okay, well, anyway, so there's this clear glass one. And they're both, actually, this one does look a little different. No, they're both the same. Both same company, both the same. And I don't know that it's the Indiana glass, because it doesn't have anything on the bottom at all. But anyway, so now I have a nice little clear one as well. And I'll put that, maybe I'll put that on my table and put some goodies in here. Oh, make a good candy dish too, right? Well, we don't need candy in here. But anyway, I might put some more things that are on my desk in here for people that are at the table. But so great. And I also, one of my customers from Hawaii was able to found a pink one and asked me if I would be interested in it, and I'm like, absolutely. So anyway, I will be, hopefully this week we'll be getting a pink hen in a basket, so that will be great. So I'll have a little collection here. I'll put them in with my chicklets. So anyway, so that's it about the chickens right now. So let's see, what else do I have to show you? Oh, I did. I had mentioned that I had some leather straps that were locally crafted, and I dug them up because I had these made a long time ago, and then I had a whole bunch left over. Oh, I'm missing a screw on here. But anyway, so what I did was, there were some in the new Noro magazine. There were 2 bags that needed leather straps or some sort of strap. And there was this bag right here. And then there was this one here, which I'm totally in love with, infatuated with. There you go. So you see the leather straps on that. Well, I'm not even sure if they're real. No, maybe they're real leather. But anyway, I was looking for a source for them, and I said, you know what? These are nice. They're not super long. They're 24 inches from end to end. I'm also found some of the brass findings that you can put them on your bag. So here you go. So you can put them on in a couple different ways, but there's 2 screws on here that will go through your fabric and then secure. There's a screw on the back there so you can tighten it up, take it off if you want to. Actually, that's a great thing. So you don't have to sew these straps on, and then if you want to wash the bag, what do? Use your seam ripper to unstitch it, wash it, and then sew it back on again. They're generally a pain to sew on in the first place. But these you could just unscrew, take them off, wash your bag, and then screw them right back on again. So anyway, I have this dark brown, and they come in pairs, and you get the brass findings for both of them. And then I have brown. Put this over here. I have brown, and I also have black. Let's see. Yeah, these are the black. Here. Yeah, these are the black. I'm getting tangled. So here you go. So then you've got black as well. So these are good. Like if you want them to be a shoulder strap, you'd have to go use the bottom screw on this, and it's going to be a shorter strap. But I happen to like them to put both pieces onto my bag. So you've got 2, they're being secured by 2 screws on both sides. And I like to carry my bags more like this, or you can have it under in the crook of your elbow. So it's a little bit shorter. So it's not going to be a super long strap. So just so that you know that. But these are available, and they, as I said, they come with the brass screws with them. So those will be up on the site for you to find. Okay, so that so that takes care of bags. Just one second here. Oh, and it's Father's Day, so I hope all the dads out there are having a great day. My husband is home relaxing in front of the TV, so that's his afternoon. Wanted to take him out for dinner, but he's just happy just to sit home. Okay, so what else? Oh, so then I also want to show you the new magazines that have come in, the new little looms. If you don't get this magazine, you should. If you do any kind of rigid heddle weaving, more simple weaving, the pin looms, tablet weaving, I don't know if they go into tablet weaving too much. The inkle looms, they do, the inkle weaving. But this is the summer issue, and I did mark a couple of things in here. Oh, and the pin looms. I have these, what they're called zoom looms, and these are what is referred to as a pin loom. It's a 4x4 by Shacked, and this is what it looks like. I have some of the original wood ones called the Weavettes, and it has a little booklet, a needle to weave with, and these days you can find all kinds of of books and stuff that have these patterns, but also, I'm sorry if you can hear it's motorcycle season, so I'm hearing the motorcycles waiting at the light out right outside. But they do have a lot of pin loom projects in here. And let me see, I think I might have marked, oh, I marked that. I was also looking at some back issues too. Well, that's a rigid heddle. Okay, marked one. They always have some projects in here. Oh, this one. All right, if you're into making like little creatures and animals and stuff, they always, I mean, this is kind of cute. They have a chameleon. I don't know what it is with chameleons. Noro has a crocheted version, but look how cute that is. So there's small little squares, and they show you how to weave and how to put them together. So that is one pinwheel project. And okay, so like this here, you know, you can make little squares, put them together in different ways. You can make, I mean, there's some really old, I think I still have them. There's some old booklets when this was really, really popular, I think like in the 30s and 40s. And they have all different kinds of patterns. I have to dig those up, and I think I still kept them. I don't think I actually parted with them. Have you ever noticed that whenever you part with something, that's when you're like, oh, I wish I still had that? But anyway, it's a cute little, it's a really nice magazine. There's some really great articles in here. And actually, there was one here talking about weaving and designing with variegated yarns and this pretty rug that they made. So it talks about how to deal with variegated yarns and the different ways that they're variegated. And then there was like this, oh, that's what I meant to grab. One yarn I did not grab. See this right here? There's a cotton yarn. I think they use sugar, what do they call that yarn? Sugar and cream yarn. Well, I have a yarn from, I'm looking at it right here. It's multicolored, there's some solids, and that would be perfect. It's like the sugar and cream, but a little bit spun a little tighter. And that would be perfect for weaving like little dish towels. And I think those were in the other. This was a little dish towel. But you know, they have some really, I love this. Look at that. Look at that runner. And that's for rigid heddle weaving. So if you're into the small looms, this is really a nice magazine for that. Look at this. That's really pretty. Scarf. And let me see. They had some really, and there's always like new techniques that you can do, different techniques to learn. So, and they have a little thing about crochet in here as well. But anyway, so that's a magazine that I stock. Excuse me. And I do have back issues. So if there's some that you come across that like, ooh, I'd love that one, check with me. I might have the issue. I have to make sure I've got them all up. I'm not sure I've been keeping up with them as they come in. And then the new spin-off, and this is all about balance. So so when you're spinning your yarn, when you're plying your yarn, you're looking to have a balanced yarn. So it's referring to that. But there's some really, oh, this was interesting. They actually have Nora Gone in here. She designed, I didn't know she was a spinner, so evidently she's a spinner. And she came up, she published a pattern called Spindle Puff Cardigan. And here she is wearing it. So this is her own hand spun yarn that she used for the pattern. But she suggested a Barocco Millefori yarn. I should have written that down. If you want to get that look if you're not a spinner. But look how pretty. Look at that. So it's just like kind of random spinning that she did. So that article's in here. And then, oh, for those of you, I don't know what it is about spring, summertime. I get the desire to do other things besides just knitting. I want to start doing some of my weaving, which I have totally ignored all fall and winter. So I have this desire to weave and spinning. I got myself, if you didn't see one of the holiday episodes, I bought myself an electric spinner because I thought that would be fun to. They're fun to spin on. So anyway, I have not even. I still haven't totally put it together, but that's on my list of things to do for this summer. I would like to get it going. There's not much to putting it together, and I would like to do some spinning on it. I gave a spinning class to a gal the other day, and boy, she picked up so great. But she also had some drop spindle experience, which is very, very helpful. I did not have that when I first learned to spin, and learning to spin was a little painful. But I did it. So anyway, it just made me want to start spinning, especially since she has the same spinning wheel that I have. So anyway, talking about that. So like the little looms, this is a great time to start doing it. Or the pot holder looms, and a great time to do this with your kids too, home from school for the summer. Give them something fun to do. But another thing that you could do is kumihimo. And that is when you make these cords, and you can make them beautiful colorways, different patterns, and very, very simply done. This is like a piece of foam that is used, but you could do it on a piece of cardboard. I actually have, I don't remember what they're called, but I took a class, and I need to find out what it's called, but it's this tall, it's got 4 legs, round bottom, round top with a hole. So it's like a big giant wooden donut, and it has these wonderful wooden bobbins that you wind your yarn on, and you just by turning your yarns in a particular pattern, and it comes down the bottom with the cord. But there's something, I have not used this piece of equipment, literally a piece of little furniture, and I have not parted with it, only because, and I have to bring it in here and I have to practice on it and let you hear what it sounds like. It sounds like very muffled wooden gongs, which is so restful when you get into this pattern and you hear it moving. They're not clacking against each other. It's just a very, very quiet, rhythmic noise. I don't want to say noise, sound. And it's so peaceful. And that's something I need to pull out for the summer too. I really need to. And I need to bring it here and show you that. But anyway, so I'm really getting off on this. But that's a fun project, and that's featured in this magazine. And let's see what else is in here to share with you. I also, let's see, what else did I highlight? Oh, for sock knitters, if you like to spin and you want to, or you'd like to spin your own hand spun yarn, here's an article on overtwist and how to use, or not overtwist, but overplying, and how to use that to your benefit for sock yarn. I started to read it a little bit, and it was very interesting. I'm like, oh, that's really good information. So there's that. Look at these pretty socks that they spun up with their own hand spun yarn. And then, what was my last one? Oh yeah, this is my favorite. This is what got me into weaving in the first place. I love the look of overshot, and I have to say I enjoy weaving overshot very much. And overshot looks like this. There are coverlets that they do. Oh, I'm trying to see what I'm giving you here. There you go. So that's overshot right there. And here it is on the rigid heddle loom. Now, just for those of you that are not really knowledgeable about weaving, rigid heddle loom is basically a 2 harness loom. So you have up and down. So over, under, that's it. Overshot is done on a 4 harness loom. And in order to get 4 harness on a rigid heddle, you have to do a certain setup to it so that it gives you, instead of the up and down, you have up and down twice. You have 2 different, On like a rigid heddle, you have one heddle, which does up and down. On the 4 harness, you're going to have 4 different harnesses on it, or shafts on it, that are going to give you different combinations of how your yarns make a pattern. And so anyway, so that is what this magazine, that's what the article was about. And actually, yeah, it wasn't in Little Looms. I think they might even be doing, and I know they've had this, something similar to this, in the Little Loom issues as well. But I just love to look at, and also the other thing about Overshot is your tabby yarn, which is just your over under weaving, is done in like a cotton, and then your patterning yarn, which is what you see the pattern in, is done in a wool. So you've got the 2 different, and your cotton is a thinner yarn than your wool is. So anyway, that was one of the first things that I learned to weave. We did a sampler of different Overshot patterns, and it was so much fun, and it's just so much fun. So anyway, so that is what's featured in the spin-off, the Summer 25. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? Okay, so yes, that loom is there. So I hope that that you all are finding time to do some knitting. I'm finding time in between things, but I'm finding, that's what I probably should show you next, is what I've been knitting. It's what I was knitting last week, and it was what I was knitting on the week before. I mean, I did manage to get that little chicklet done yesterday in between, but it's just like I've just been focused on getting this project done. Usually what happens is I start a project, and then I have all these other things that I need to make samples of, or get something started to show you or show my customers in the shop, and so things get put to the side. I am not putting this to the side because it has to be made. I need a sample for the shop because this has been so popular. This was featured in the Noro magazine. I'll show you the picture of it. It's called Colorful Cuddles, and it's done with 2 balls of Natsumiki, which is a Noro yarn. And here you go. There's the blankie. Now it's like a 28 by 28 about blanket. I am finding, and that's with the 2 balls of Natsumiki. Now I am finding, now I do have a tendency, I find, and I think it's because of the way I hold my yarn, how I knit, I tend to get a longer row gauge. And so I don't know, it seems like I can get my yarn to go a little further. So anyway, this is where I'm at right now, and I'm almost at 20 inches. There we go. It's supposed to be 28, I think I said before. Now I am still 20 inches, and I still have some yarn left. I could probably still get another repeat out of what's left here. So I'm going to have some left over from the other one. So, which means I could have made this a little wider, made it a little bit bigger. But you know what? This is taking me longer than I was expecting. Anyway, this is just, I love how it feels. And I keep saying how I would love to have a little nappy blankie out of something like this for myself. And actually somebody decided that they needed to have a little blankie for themselves, so they got 3 balls of yarn, and they're going to cast on like an extra 8 inches in width and just keep going until they run out of yarn. So I think she should be good with 3 balls. Should be plenty. But she just wants a little something, just like a little lap blanket. And I think this would be perfect because this is just so comfy. But anyway, and it's so simple to make. But I just want to get it done. And it's moving along, but it's just, lately I just haven't had an awful lot of knitting time because I've got so many other like website stuff to do, just other things. But I'm still going to just keep plugging along on this. and not set it aside because I want to get it done. Because I have things like, and I'm so lucky that I have some of my customers that make things and that let me borrow them to show them. So I kind of knit vicariously. uh, okay, so I got this new yarn in a couple weeks ago, and I'm just getting around to talking about it now. And I got these patterns, and I think these are absolutely adorable. Another thing too is summertime just is the perfect time, maybe because it's a smaller project, and maybe because we find ourselves needing extra bags like for the beach and stuff. But bags are just a great summer project. And I got these two patterns, and they're both available. Oh, this one I think is just knit. Yeah, this one is just knit. Although, you could crochet it. No, I take it back. No, there is a crochet version. They're not picturing it. They're not picturing it. So isn't that a cute bag? And here's another version of it. But no, so this is written, yeah, they have both the knit and the crochet version here. And it takes... The knit version takes 4 balls of what's called echo bag, and then the knit crochet version takes 5. And this is the yarn right here. So this is, it's the KFI collection echo bag. It's recycled cotton, and it's in 10 colors, but I ordered 2 colors in. Let me just see what the information. 80% recycled cotton and 20% recycled polyester. It's 150 grams and 147 yards on here. And you're going to be using a 7 to 9 needle. And they're saying an I to a K crochet hook. But what's really cute about this is it comes with a little wooden, whoops. Oh, I thought that was going to keep it on. It comes with a little wooden label that can be sewn on that says, let me find it here. I think it says handmade. It says handmade. Here we go. Get to see it. There you go. And then it also has these little 4 beads that I guess if you wanted, they don't show, I looked all over the patterns, they don't show the beads being used, but you could like make a tassel and put the beads on the tassel or not. But I think the little wooden tag is very cute. And let me see, I think they show it on the, yeah, there it is. They show it right there in the bag. So anyway, those come with the yarn. So I have this this colorway right here, which is colorway number 4. And then this little bit bright cherry color, which is that one right there, which is nice and springy or summery. And there you go. There's that. So anyway, you get, so with your order, you'll get a packet of the beads and the label to go with your bag purchase. And then also there's this bag, and this is also crochet. There you go. Or a knit version of it right there. But just that, it'd be just really fun. And let me just see what needle they're using. Here, that's even a better picture of, let's see what I'm showing you. There you go. I think I want to make a crocheted one. That's really cute. That's really cute. Now see, wait, isn't it? You know what it is? The stitch that they're using, it says single crochet. I don't know why it looks so much like knit to me, but it does. Okay, but anyway, I think I need to make one of these. I think this is really cute. It'd be a fun, easy project. This particular bag takes 4 to make the crochet, and it makes 2 to make the knitted one. Now the knitted is a little on the smaller side, but you could make it, I'm sure you make it taller if you wanted to get a little bit bigger bag. So you could always order an extra ball if you wanted to. All right, so anyway, so those are super cute. And that will be definitely a fun project. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? Actually, I think I went through everything pretty well. And I did want to say that, oh, so anyway, next week, you want to make sure that you watch next week, because I am going to be joined by Roseanne Fleischhauer, and she is the author, which I've spoken about this book before because it's one of my favorite books, the Cozy Coastal Knits book. So she's the author, and I have the trunk show that we will be going through the trunk show with you and talking about her book. And she also will talk about her crochet trunk show that she's also sent, because next Sunday she will be here. Yeah, so I'll be doing the show next Sunday afternoon. She will be here next Sunday to do a class on crochet. She's going to be teaching some basic crochet and then crochet for granny squares. And she has a cute pair of crocheted mitts that we'll be starting with. But then after that, the hope is that that's going to get me started on, in the 52 weeks of scrap yarn. There was one project that it's like, that is what I'm making, and that's what I want to start after the class, are the Bobble Pop mitts. How cute are those? Absolutely adorable. So that pattern is in this book, and this book has some great scrap projects in here. But that is what I want to do. So there's two different types. Well, it's your granny square, but there's a granny square that's just one color, and that's actually, I chose my yarns. I haven't chosen my colors yet. I haven't broken it down to that. But I sat down and went through some of my my stash yarns and pulled out some Silk Garden sock yarns that I want to make these in. So that's the plan. So as soon as we do Roseanne's class, I'm going to start this. Yeah, so that would be the time. So anyway, you need to make sure that you watch next Sunday afternoon. It probably, by the time we're all done, it probably won't be up until late Sunday, Monday. But you want to make sure that you watch. She is fantastic. She's very, very educational, and she's such a nice person, and she has such great ideas. So I highly recommend you tuning in for that. And of course, they're across the room. She does this really cute, and I've made 3 myself, and everybody just keeps making more and more of these. But she did the little, where is it here? The little scarf. I'm not gonna be able to find it now. Let's see, my book automatically goes right to the page. And I've made a number. I think I've made 4 things out of this book, and I'm not done because there's a whole bunch. There it is, the Nauset Beach bandana. This bandana right here, so easy to make. It's so, look at this. It's so pretty on, and you can make it in any, something warm, something cool. It's really, look how pretty that is on her. So that was one of the most popular pieces in this book. So anyway, so yes, so you need to watch next week to see what we're up to with Roseanne, okay? All right, so I think that I'm going to let you all go. Get on with your motorcycles. Get on with your Father's Day festivities if you have things going on, and get some knitting in there as well. And that's what I'm going to do when I get home, is put my feet up with my husband and just sit and knit and get working on that baby blanket. So anyway, thanks for watching so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments, your likes, and don't forget to subscribe if you find this entertaining or useful in some way to you. That would be, I would appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. So you all take care. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.